welcome to IB Psychology. I am Mr. Burak. I had all of your students as freshmen when they had international studies, and I'm excited to have them back now that they're juniors in this course. It's exciting to have them. I wanted to give you an overview of what IB Psych is because we didn't have an open house, and with these 5-minute conferences, if I can give you kind of an idea of what the course is going to involve, then we can talk about other things as part of it. So first of all, I know all of these kids from having had them as freshmen. We haven't done a whole lot of assessments yet because we've just been working into it, getting to know psychology as a discipline, how it's researched, the methods that go into that, and so on. So it's been mostly introductory stuff. They're just now starting to get into doing some actual kind of work and assessments related to that. So let me speak to the course overall and get into some more things related to grading and other kinds of things. So first of all, IB Psychology is more of a pillars course than it is a foundations course. And what I mean by that is we're not going to go into every topic across the board in psychology the way a foundations course would. What we are going to do is go more in depth on specific topics. So I call it a pillars course. Like a pillar holds up a structure. It's long and tall. We're going to go in depth on certain areas, but we will not cover every aspect of psychology as part of this course. That said, it's a 2-year course, so we will cover a lot of psychology. It just won't be comprehensive, but we will go in more depth. Critical thinking and analysis and application are really critical aspects of this type of course in IB in general, but IB Psychology in particular. My question on the board back here, so what, is kind of my guiding philosophy. I want them to not just know what they need to know for the IB exam. Of course, that's important, but I want them to be able to use this in real meaningful ways in the real world. So that's the orientation that we're going to have. Along the way, we are going to discuss the core areas of psychology, biology, cognitive aspects, including things like thinking and decision-making, memory, perception, emotion, those types of things, and then social psychology as the 3 core areas of the discipline. We'll also touch on things related to development, human relationships, stress and health, things of that nature. As part of the way we conduct the course, most of their work is going to be reading and then occasional projects and things of that nature. But most of the time they'll read something, we'll talk about it in class, in small groups, large group, and then their assessments are all writing-based, short answer and essay-based writing. And the grades are based on those assessments and the occasional project we have, like the observational project that they just did. You might have heard them doing that project. To that end, all grades are standards based, which means they are going to be based on what they need to do to meet the IB standard. And because standards based grading involves the idea of trial and error, getting to mastery, if they don't master the standard when we first assess it, they have the option to retest and to improve their scores relative to those standards. Those standards will also follow them through the year. So if they show up again and they do better than they did before, then they get that new score. If they've lost it and they no longer have mastery of it and they do worse, then their score can go down. But they have always this opportunity to retest and redemonstrate that they have learned and grown in their mastery of that. The only restrictions on that, occasionally we have hard deadlines from the district related to grade reporting and things of that nature, but I will let them know when that's going to happen. So if you've experienced standards-based grading before with Mr. Battaglia or Mr. Doby, for example, it's a similar concept to that. Other than that, we mostly are going to be doing these kinds of discussion-based activities. I will lecture from time to time, we show videos, but it's really about getting the kids to engage and understand and apply this stuff in the real world. So I encourage you to ask them about what we're talking about in the course and see how they're making meaning out of it, especially now that we're going to start getting into more specific content related to the standards rather than just the overview of things. So thank you for listening and watching this video. If you have more questions than what we can cover in this video or in our conference, please email me, brian.burak, it's B-R-I-A-N-B-U-R-A-K, brian.burak@uticak12.org. Thank you so much for your attention and have a great day.